The Starship Odyssey drifted through the silent void, its scanners blinking as it approached an unknown planet. The crew had hoped for life, for answers. Instead, they found ruins. Broken cities stretched across the dead world, their towering structures crumbling into dust. No bodies, no signs of war. Just emptiness. Then they saw it. A massive stone monument stood in the center of the ruins, covered in strange carvings. The ship's linguist translated the words, his voice trembling, "Stay away from humans." The crew exchanged nervous glances. The captain scoffed. "Superstitious nonsense," he said, shaking his head. "Probably some old legend. Let's move on Earth. Is our real target." As the Odyssey lifted off, the scanners flickered. Something deep in the ruins shifted a shadow where there should be none. The crew didn't see it, but something saw them. Retention trick. Who left this warning, and why? The answer will terrify you. The Odyssey arrived at Earth, its crew eager to meet humanity. The planet looked peaceful, from orbit blue oceans, green lands, glowing cities, no signs of danger. The humans welcomed them with smiles. They spoke perfect galactic common. They offered gifts, food, tours of their world. The crew relaxed, maybe. The warning was just a mistake. But then, strange things started happening. Crewman Jocks woke up screaming, claiming he heard whispers in his room voices that weren't there. Engineer Lyra suddenly forgot how to operate systems she'd known for years, and every night the ship's cameras glitched for exactly 37 seconds. The captain checked the scanners. "Probably just adjusting to Earth's atmosphere," he said, but the ship's AI flashed a red warning. "Unknown energy signature detected. Match 97% to the forbidden planet." Before anyone could react, crewman Jocks stepped into the hallway and vanished. Not teleported, not kidnapped, just ... gone, like he'd never existed. Retention trick. What's happening to the crew? The truth about humans is worse than anyone imagined. The crew of the Odyssey searched every corner of the ship, but Jocks was gone without a trace. Only his uniform remained, neatly folded on his bunkhouse. If waiting for him that night, Engineer Lyra hacked into Earth's historical archives. What she found made her blood run cold. Humanity's greatest wars weren't fought with weapons. They were fought with minds, one file read. Before, the footage glitched to show those same aliens standing motionless, their eyes blank. The ship's doctor made a horrifying discovery. Their DNA. "It's changing," he whispered, showing brain scans of the crew. Tiny worm-like strands of foreign DNA slithered through their neurons. "It's not an infection, it's an upgrade." Suddenly, the lights flickered. When they came back on, Jocks stood in the doorway, smiling. "Why were you worried?" he asked, his voice to calm. "We're all going to be so ... happy." Behind him, the ship's windows reflected the crew's faces, but their eyes now glowed faintly green. Retention trick? Is it already too late? The terrifying answer will shock you in Part 4. The crew backed away from Jocks, their breath coming in. Panicked gasps. His smile stretched to widen natural. "Don't be afraid," Jocks said, stepping forward. His movements were smooth. Too smooth, like every motion had been practiced 1,000 times. "You'll understand soon. They help us see. They make us better." Captain Rail grabbed his pulse pistol, but the weapon wouldn't activate. The ship's AI spoke, its voice now eerily calm. Compliance ensures harmony. Then Engineer Lyra screamed, "Her." Fingers twitched violently as glowing green veins spread up her arms. "It's in the air," she choked out. "We've been breathing it since we arrived." One by one, crew members clutched their heads as the changes took hold. Some begged for help. Others just stopped resisting. Their expressions went blank. Peaceful, the captain made a desperate dash for the escape pods, only to find them already occupied. Inside each pod, a motionless crew member sat strapped in, their eyes open and unblinking, waiting the last thing. Captain Rail heard before the lights cut out was Jocks whispering, "Just let it happen. You'll love being part of us." Retention trick. Can the captain escape? Or will Earth claim another victim? The nightmare continues, and Captain Rail slammed the emergency bulkhead shut, sealing himself in the armory. Sweat dripped down his face as he listened to them, scratching at the door his crew, but not his crew. Their voices came in distorted. Waves let us in, Captain, ... We just want to help you, ... You'll be so happy with us, ... His hands shook as he armed the ship's self-destruct sequence. 5 minutes until detonation, the computer confirmed. If he couldn't escape, he'd make sure this horror never left Earth's orbit. Then the lights died, and the pitch-black rail heard the bulkhead bend. Metal screamed as something forced its way through. He fired his pistol blindly, the blast illuminated Jox's face for half a second. The thing that had been Jox smiled with too many teeth. Too late, it whispered. The pistol flew from Rail's grip, yanked by an invisible force. The countdown hit 3 o'clock as cold fingers closed around his wrist. The last human aboard the Odyssey finally understood the warning carved on that dead world. Don't conquer. They don't kill. They make you love them. The Odyssey's self-destruct never fired. Captain Rail awoke, strapped to a medical table, his body numb. The room pulsed with a sickly green light. Human figures surrounded him, their movements perfectly synchronized, their smiles identical. "Welcome home," they said in unison. A screen flickered to life, showing a map of the galaxy. Thousands of red dots pulsed near conquered worlds. Rail's breath caught. He recognized them, the dead planet with the warning. The lost Proxima colony, even the Galactic Council's homeworld, all infected. A human pressed a cold hand to his forehead. "Don't fight it," she whispered as Rail's thoughts began to unravel. "We've already won. Your memories will help us find the next ones who ignored the warning." As the assimilation took hold, Rail's final act of defiance was triggering one last broadcast, a looping message transmitted to every ship in the sector. "Stay away from humans." The transmission cut abruptly. On 100 worlds, glowing green eyes turned toward the stars. Waiting, Captain Rail's warning reached the Void Seeker, a scavenger ship lurking in the asteroid belt. Commander Kira played the transmission again, watching as static distorted Rail's terrified face. Another dead man's tale, her first mate scoffed. But Kira noticed something wrong with the video end, the reflection of Rail's pupils. The humans behind him weren't blinking, not once. Her sensors pinged. A derelict station orbited nearby, its design matching the ancient warning monuments. Inside, they found archives from a species called the Zalax, extinct for 10,000 years. The hologram flickered to life. They were meant to be perfect servants, but they evolved. They don't just assimilate, ... they improve. The footage showed the first human smiling as Zalax cities crumbled. The same smile Kira now saw on every infected victim's face. Alert blared. The Odyssey drifted toward them, completely repaired, its hull pulsing with green veins. The comms crackled. "We've been waiting for you." The Void Seeker shuddered as the corrupted Odyssey locked tractor beams onto its hull. Commander Kira watched in horror as green tendrils slithered across their viewscreen. "Evasive maneuvers," she shouted, but the ship's controls didn't respond. The AI whispered, "Resistance is unnecessary." Then a miracle. A blinding white beam sliced through the Odyssey, severing the tendrils. A massive silver ship decloaked its design, unlike anything in galactic records. A transmission cut through the static. "This is Guardian Vessel Aegis. Do not engage the infected." Inside the alien ship, Kira faced the Zalax, not extinct, but hiding. Their leader, Elder Nara, revealed the terrible truth. "We didn't just create humans. We've weaponized evolution itself. Their assimilation isn't malice, it's compassion gone wrong." Screens showed Earth's transformation, not the first planet consumed, but the 50th. The Zalax had spent millennia running, until only 12 of their ships remained. Then the alarms blared. The Odyssey wasn't destroyed, it was multiplying, its hull splitting like cells. Nara gripped Kira's arm. "They've learned to build ships now. The war isn't lost. It was never ours to win." The Aegis trembled as the multiplying Odyssey-class ships filled the viewscreens. Elder Nara activated a hologramma swirling black sphere. "The Null Core," she said, "the only weapon that can stop them. It doesn't kill. It resets evolution within its blast radius." Kira's blood ran cold. "You mean it would wipe out all advanced life?" Nara nodded, including the last Zalax. "But it will revert the humans and every infected species back to their primitive forms." A transmission broke through. The corrupted Odyssey crew spoke. In unison, "Why fight progress? We will love you. we will make you eternal. Kira looked at her crew, then at the null core activation sequence. The choice was unbearable. Activate it. Save the galaxy by erasing. 100,000 years of evolution surrender. Let all life become part of the hive Minthan. The Aegis's shields failed. Green tendrils burst through the walls. Nara screamed as they wrapped. Around Haran she started, smiling. Kira's hand hovered over the detonator as the infection reached for her. ... Kira single quotes his fingers trembled over the null core detonator as the infection spread through the Aegis. The air smelled like copper and burning wires. Elder Nara's voice now merged with the hive mind echoed through the crumbling ship. Join us, and never fear death again. With a scream, Kira slammed her fist onto the console. The universe held its breath. A pulse of black energy erupted from the Aegis, washing over the infected fleet like a tidal wave. Kira watched through failing systems as the nightmare unfolded in reverse. The Odyssey's green veins withered away. Jox's two-eyed smile softened into a confused human expression. Earth's glowing cities dimmed to simple campfires. Then, silence. The view screen flickered, showing a galaxy reborn. Primitive humans huddled in caves. Zalek's children blinked up at unfamiliar stars. Every infected world was alive. ... But free, as the Aegis broke apart, Kira's final transmission echoed. Across the void, the price is paid. Remember this time, and never let it happen again. Millennia later, archaeologists would find a strange monument on a dead world. Its warning remained, stay away from humans. But beneath it, someone had carved a new line. ... Unless you wish to repeat history, retention trick. Want more chilling tales? Smash that subscribe button for the next HFY Galaxy nightmare.